Right, morning guys. Out on the farm again this morning. We're just going to go through the chicken coops, problems with mud, and we've had some really bad weather lately. We're basically underwater here, and it has destroyed our chicken coops. So before I take them down and rebuild, I'm just going to show you sort of the problems with mud and try and how to avoid it. One of our coops is absolutely full of mud. I've got to get the girls out of there because it's not healthy for them. And sort of go over why it happens and how you can try and avoid it using artificial means like putting roofs on, tarps, or more natural by actually sort of siting the coop in the correct place in the first place. So we've got two coops we can go through, and we'll see what happens if you put it on flat land or if you build it like with trees and bushes around, which really helps drain the water off. So we're just going to go for a few of them, sort of try and help you guys sort of when you're building your own. Alright, so we start with this one, and we've got some very unhappy girls in here. Now their run is a very temporary house we knocked up out of the old kids' playhouse. Their run was just a long stretch of grass which they immediately ate, and as you can see it's just turned into a swamp. This has happened quickly. This is like a week ago it was that, now it's this. And the reason that's happened is because we've got no shelter, there's no trees, there's no shrubs, there's no bushes in here. It was just grass, so there's nowhere for the water to go. Once the chickens have eaten the grass and stamped down the earth and everything, this is what happens. So I've had to stick a pallet in here so that when it does stop raining they've got somewhere to stand in the dry. I'm getting a fresh hay bale in this afternoon and I'm going to cover all of this in hay. That does create its own problems, that starts to rot and smell, but it's better than having the chickens stood in this standing water. It's not healthy at all, so we'll be addressing that straight away. Now if this is sort of what you've got, just an area of grass with no cover on top, this is what's going to happen. So there's a couple of ways around it. One way is put a roof on. So right next door we've got this one, which is where our younger girls are living. Now the weather was so bad last night it's ripped the tarpaulin, so we have got some water in, but up until today this was drier. We've got the sort of bedding area through there, so these girls are quite happy in there, they're not sinking in mud. So that's the most obvious way, is to put a roof on. However, it's quite unsightly, so to build one yourself it does end up looking like a giraffe enclosure. So really it's probably best to get an off-the-shelf sort of metal one. They look a lot nicer, and that's what we'll be doing. We're going to get these girls to the auction at the weekend and then take all this down and start again with that. But having a roof is certainly a very obvious option, but it does create its own problems with damage in the wind. Now this is the other option. Now this coop is for our personal chickens that we're not selling, which is why there's ornaments and things in here which have blown over, and this was the damage we had in the night. This fence had come down, so I've had to quickly jam it with bits of wood, and I put the bins against it. But you can see, even though this is open, we've got the tree cover. It's muddy here, but it's nowhere near as bad as the other coop. It's a little shelter for the food, stop the food going mushy. But if you look over here, even though it's open, there's no mud. It's just dirt, it's wet dirt, but it's not sloppy mud. and that's because you've got all these tree roots, bushes. It takes all the water away, much better drainage in the soil. So my best advice, if you want a nice looking sort of open area, I mean we are going to redo all this one as well, and we'll do another video when all these coops are redone and looking nice. If you are going to build one, plan it in your garden sort of around bushes and trees and things. It gives the chickens much more sort of places to go and forage and look for bugs, and they're happier. They are a lot happier. They're hiding in there at the moment because of the weather. These are older girls. Yeah, they're hiding in here at the moment because of the weather. Here's Linda. There we are. I don't blame them, to be honest. The other more obvious answer is to have an enclosed building or a shed. So we've got this one here, put the vent at the top for airflow. No, I've not been in here yet, so I do need to wake these girls up. These are our chicks. Nice and dry and warm in here, but it's alright for chicks. Older birds get quite disgruntled being stuck inside, but it is worth bearing in mind having an area where you can get the chicks. That's why I use the old playhouse there. I know it's big and it doesn't look good, but it's big enough for all the chickens there to get out in the mud and the rain. So yeah, it's a quick video. Obviously we're going to take all these coops down because they were a temporary measure because of the storms, and we'll redo them nice. We're getting all the supplies delivered, and then when all that's done, we'll show you sort of nice looking. Right, I need to sort these girls' water out, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.